باسم آب والوالد ومنفس قدوس أدوام لا آمين. باسم آب والوالد ومنفس قدوس أدوام لا آمين. باسم آب والوالد ومنفس قدوس أدوام لا آمين. Yes, hope everyone's doing good. Hope this message reached you well. So straight in with the reading today. So Numbers chapter 3, give thanks, blessed love. Now this is the history of the generation of Aaron and Moses in the day that Yahweh spoke to Moses in Mount Sinai. These are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests who were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest's office. Nadab and Abihu died before Yahweh when they offered strange fire before Yahweh in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children. Eleazar and Ithamar ministered to the priest's office in the presence of Aaron their father. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Bring the tribe of Levi near, and set them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister to them, that they shall keep his requirements, and this requirements of the whole congregation before the tent of meeting, to do the service of the tabernacle. Then they shall keep all the furnishings of the tent of the meeting, and the obligations of the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. You shall give the Levites to Aaron and to his sons. They are wholly given to him on behalf of the children of Israel. You shall appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall keep their priesthood. But the stranger who comes near shall be put to death." Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Behold, I have taken the Levites from amongst the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn who opened the wound among the children of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine, for all the firstborn are mine. On the day that I struck down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I made holy to me all the firstborn of Israel, both man and animal. They shall be mine. I am Yahweh." Yahweh spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, "Count the children of Levi by their fathers' houses and by their families. They shall count every male from the month old and upwards." Moses counted them according to Yahweh's word, and he commanded. These were the sons of Levi by their names: Gershon, Kahath, and Merari. These are the names of the sons of Gershon by their families: Libri and Shimei. The sons of Kohath and their families: Amram, Isther, Hebron, and Uzziel. The sons of Merari by their families: Mahali and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to their fathers' houses. Of Gershon were the families of the Libanites and the family of the Shemites. These are the families of the Gershonites. These were counted amongst them according to their number of all the males a month old and upwards. Even those who were counted of them were 7,500. The families of the Gershonites shall encamp behind the tabernacle westward. Elisapath, the son of Lel, shall be the prince of the father's house of the Gershonites, and the duty of the sons of Gershon in the tent of meeting shall be the tabernacle. The tent is covering, the screen for the door of the tent of meeting, the hangings of the court, the screen for the door of the court which is by the tabernacle, and around the altar for its cords and for all its service. Of Kohath, and the family of the Amorites, and the family of the Ishmaelites, and the family of the Hebronites, and the family of the Uzzielites. These are the families of the Kohathites, according to the number of the males from the month old and upwards. These were 8,600, keeping the requirements of the sanctuary. The families of the sons of Kohath shall encamp on the south side of the tabernacle. The prince of the father's house and the families of the Kohathites shall be Elzaphan, the son of Uzziel. Their duty shall be the ark, the table, the lampstand, the altar, the vessels of the sanctuary with which they minister, the screen and all its service. Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, shall be the prince of the princes of the Levites, with the oversight of those who keep the requirements of the sanctuary. Of Merah was the son of Mahaltites, the family of the Mushites. These are the family of Merah. Those who were counted amongst them, according to the number of the males from the month old and upwards, were 6,200. The prince of the father's house of the families of Merah was Zul, the son of Abilal. They shall encamp on the north side of the tabernacle. The appointed duty of the sons of Merah shall be the tabernacle's boards, its bars, its pillars, its sockets, all its instruments, all its service, the pillars of the court around it, their sockets and their pins and their cords. Those who encamp before the tabernacle eastward in the front of the tent of meeting towards the sunrise shall be Moses, with Aaron and his sons, keeping the requirements of the tabernacle for the duty of the children of Israel. The outsider who comes near shall be put to death. All who are counted of the Levites who Moses and Aaron counted on the commandment of Yahweh by their families, all the males from the month did and upwards were 20,000, 2,000. Yahweh said to Moses, count all the firstborn males of the children of Israel from the month old and upwards, and take the number from their names. You shall take the Levites for me. I am Yahweh. Instead of all the firstborn of the children of Israel, all the livestock of the Levites, instead of all the firstborn of the livestock of the children of Israel. Moses counted, as Yahweh commanded him, all the firstborn amongst the children of Israel. All the firstborn males, according to the number of names from a month old and upwards, of those who were counted of them, were 22,273. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, take the Levites instead of all the firstborn amongst the children of Israel, and the livestock of the Levites instead of their livestock. And the Levites shall be mine. I am Yahweh. For the redemption of the 273 of the firstborn of the children of Israel, who exceed their number of the Levites, you shall take 5 shekels apiece for each one, according to the shekels of the sanctuary. You shall take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs, and you shall give the money with which the remainder is redeemed to Aaron and to his sons. Moses took the redemption money from those who exceeded the number of those who were redeemed by the Levites, from the firstborn of the children of Israel. He took the money, 1,375 shekels, according to the shekels of the sanctuary, and Moses gave the redemption money to Aaron and to his sons, according to Yahweh's word, as Yahweh commanded Moses. Give thanks for these few words, blessed love. Here we have the focus particularly on the tribe of Levi. And as I said yesterday, the Levites weren't counted in the census of the children of Israel from those in Numbers chapter 1, those men who were due to fight and defend Israel. And they also weren't counted amongst the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, yesterday, for those who were encamped on the different compass points of the tabernacle, because the Levites have a very special purpose, to be the priestly tribe and to look after the transportation and the care and the duty and the priestly duties of the tabernacle. So they're also always treated slightly separately. So within Exodus, when God killed the firstborn of all the children of Israel, Egypt, when he was up against the Pharaoh, and then we had the Passover, that all the firstborn of the land were killed to try to force Pharaoh's hand to free the children of Israel. At that point, God commanded that all the firstborn males and animals were his, in the sense that not sacrifice, but they're his in the sense of that symbolic representation. So here we have the children of Israel in the tribe of Levi. They are now the substitutes for all of the firstborn males across all of the 12 tribes. So the Levites basically, again, it's not human sacrifice, but they are taking on that kind of responsibility that all the firstborn males in the tribe of Levi, they now count for all the firstborn that would have been given to God ceremoniously in the land. So the Levites take on this duty, this responsibility, again, this sacrifice, because it is their role to be the priestly tribe. And if you think about kind of service, the Levites are very duty bound, and they know what their purpose is, and they know what their service is, and it doesn't come without personal sacrifice, because with any form of service, it means giving over personal personal time, your personal even money. It gives over personal, I guess, freedoms, if you like, to a certain extent as well, because they know their service is to do this duty in the eyes of God. And we can think about how that relates to our personal lives. If we're working in the service of God, then what are we giving over of ourselves in that kind of transaction, if you like? Time to prayer, time to meditate, time to give to charity, time to give to those that are in need and poorer than ourselves. What are those self-sacrifices that we're prepared to make in terms of that responsibility to serve God, but to serve God with our whole bodies and minds and entities, not just this kind of ritualistic practice? How is that actually informing our daily lives, and how is that impacting what part of our daily time are we given over to God in terms of that reflection and that introspection and that worship? What are we given of ourselves in form of that? So we have a whole tribe here that has to do that in our duties, but how does that manifest within ourselves? And also thinking about how this plays out in relation to wider biblical narrative, because God brought Jesus as the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate responsibility in terms of our forgiveness of our sins and duties, etc. Jesus came to fulfill that part of the equation and the fullness of God. So that ultimate kind of responsibility, that ultimate sacrifice, no longer is about the firstborn being given to Yahweh, because that was Jesus's world. So Jesus Christos came to fulfill that part of the covenant, to be the ultimate sacrifice for the people. But then our part of the bargain is to fulfill our promises, to fulfill our duties, to fulfill those promises. So he did not die in vain, if you like. So an interesting chapter, again, another technical chapter, but those responsibilities and roles within the tribe of Levi, very duty bound in the narrative. So blessed love, give thanks for these few words, and have a blessed day, blessed Sunday, blessed holy day, and God willing, we'll be back with more reading and reasoning tomorrow with Numbers chapter 4. Give thanks, blessings and love.